Hey everybody, Brad from RotoHeat back at it with another 2020 rookie profile. This time we're talking Jalen Reagor, wide receiver from TCU. Don't forget, if you've liked all the content you've been seeing from the RotoHeat channel here on YouTube, like and subscribe so you can stay up to date with everything that we're kicking out for this 2020 rookie class. Reagor is 5'11", 195 pounds, and in his 3-year career at TCU, he had 148 catches for 2,248 yards and 22 touchdowns, which comes out to a 15.2 average yards per catch. Rushing, he had 35 attempts for 324 yards and 2 touchdowns, 9.3 yards per carry. For athletic ability, we gave him an 8.4. By far his best ability, and you saw it time and time again as you watched film of him. This dude's got track speed. He's a big play threat waiting to happen. He's very good at creating space. Plenty of people said amazing vertical threat as we were watching his footage. The interesting thing to me is that, at the NFL level, he's going to have a lot of guys pressing him at the line. So that'll be really interesting to see if he can get off those and make a big play. You saw it a lot in college based on the competition he was playing as guys were giving him some space and he was just burning them. The DBs at the college level just couldn't keep up with him. For toughness, we gave him a 6.2 out of 10. By far his weakest ability, but, at 5'11", 195 pounds, you can only be so tough. Obviously, there are very few Steve Smiths in the world at receiver. He is now the tough thing about him is that he plays through injury. There were plenty of games where you would see him get banged up and get right back out there. You saw it a couple different times in 2019 where he played, the better part of a game with injuries, whether it's soreness in the upper body and things like that. And he works hard. I give it to him for his size. He's as tough as they come, but he's not a great blocker. At the pro level, you see a lot of receivers kind of put their nose down and try to help in that area as well as running is a big part of the NFL. So there's some concern there, but it's not like it's a huge deal in his overall profile. For hands, we gave him a 7.1 out of 10. The concern here is that many times, though, you would watch footage of him, you could see a lot of concentration drops, lapses in concentration leading to not catching the ball. That's a concern. The best thing for Reagor is to go up and get it. Plenty of times, and it was probably more so because the quarterback play at TCU wasn't amazing. There would be balls that really were kind of not, I don't want to say not catchable, but definitely caused Reagor to have to go up and make highlight reel catches, and he could do that. You don't want to have to make him kind of box out defenders to go get the ball. That isn't the strongest part of his game. His hands. There are concerns when it comes to the focus, but he can make very big play catches, and and with his speed being able to cause separation. If you're designing him those type of plays where he's going to be able to beat the defender and go up for the big play, he won't have any trouble catching that ball. For Yak, we gave him a 7.3 out of 10. His big play threat waiting to happen, and when he gets the ball in his hands, anything's possible. He's a very fast kid, and that's going to bode well at the next level because coaches at the next level will scheme ways for him to get open, and you saw it plenty of times. Think of guys like Deshaun Jackson. He's been schemed all over the field so that he can get open and use the gift that he has to make that kind of big play. And Reagor has a lot of that characteristic to his game. So we see Yak as an area that as he moves to the next level is going to be a really bright spot for him. Probably by far one of the worst areas of Reagor's game is his route running. We gave that a 6.7 out of 10. More so because of the type of offensive scheme that TCU uses. They just don't ask a lot from the receivers when it comes to a dynamic route tree. He has a lot of just burning the defender down the field. And at the next level, he's going to have to develop that. The great thing is if the kid gets into the playbook as soon as he can, that's an area that can improve quickly and quickly become, a strength to his game and not kind of a shortcoming. Overall, we gave him a 7.1 out of 10. If you've been keeping up with all the rookie profiles, you'll notice that he's probably one of the better receiver profiles that we've done so far. He's kind of one of those guys that the team is really interested in because he has that kind of boom bust potential. Teams, as they're evaluating players in this process, get really excited by some of those intangibles, like things that you can't teach, which is speed. Reagor's got that in spades, and teams will fall in love with that vertical threat. The cool thing about your fantasy team is a guy like this could be a steal, as a late first, early second type pick, and be one of those guys that gives you a nice long career. Unfortunately, could also turn out to be a Tavon Austin type, where a lot of ability and speed, but never really puts it together on the field. So as you're moving forward in your drafts, Reagor's definitely a guy to keep an eye on. We anticipate him being kind of a day 2 pick, second to third round type guy. He's going to blow people away at the combine and really excite them there. So that could build the hype for him. But just be careful with him. There are some concerns, but he definitely has a lot going for him.
Also, right there, playlist. Hit it. Watch the videos. Do it. You want to. Do it.